Hello and welcome back. Yes, okay, it is September. It is September, and that's a problem. However, I actually had recorded an entire vlog to go up at the end of August, but the audio sounded like this. First corridor was the collector, who's like, so not great. I wasn't happy about that, and it was pretty much a wholly unusable video. So hey ho. We're moving on. I put up a Fear and Hunger video, I'm sure it was, which was fine. It was a good video, but it was not my vlog. However, we are here now to record another one, literally like half an hour before I got into streaming. So yeah. However, August was quite a quiet month, honestly. As a lot of people know, if you watch me stream, if you have been following along on my journey at all, I really badly hurt my ankle. I hurt it so badly that I couldn't walk for a long time. I did cover this in my last vlog, so I'll not talk about it too much, but I did hurt myself quite a lot. It was very bad, it was very painful. I couldn't walk for full weeks. I could not walk at all. So yeah, not great. And then it started to get better literally as I went back to work, and since then it has literally just been a lot of nothing, honestly, because I don't know. After hurting myself, I got a little bit worried about hurting myself more. So I've not really been going and doing anything because I've been too worried about hurting myself. So yeah, it's been a bit of a boring month. It's mostly just been trying to get back on top of videos and things because I'm so far behind on videos. But yeah, it's been a bit of a stressful month. Mostly just for, it was like the end of summer, which I'll get onto in a second actually. But the end of summer, I had no summer this year. Like literally, I had no outings at all. So at the very start of June, when summer came around, and obviously in Scotland you get like literally a month and a half of summer. Summer came around and I got really sick. I got sick for the full of June, and then the rest of July I was still not fully better, and I started recovering, but I was also very busy at work trying to get caught up from my month-long sickness and also get ready for the fact that I was going off on holiday for 2 weeks. Not like away on holiday, but in Scotland we generally have, in offices, most people would take like a 2-week break in the middle of, like, most people take it in the summer, but it's just a kind of common thing in Scottish offices. It's good to have a very long break like that. It's actually really, it's really good to be able to do that with like having so much leave. I know that there's a lot of places in the world that doesn't have that, but in Scotland it's quite good for annual leave. So yeah, I was finishing up the very last Friday in July to go off for 2 weeks. So July was absolutely crazy, and I was too busy at work to be able to do much after work. So I didn't really do anything in July. Again, I was still obviously recovering as well. It wasn't really good to go out and about because it was just too exhausting. So yeah, July was kind of boring, and then August came around, and the day that I finished up for my break, my ankle was so bad. It was so bad. So yeah, I pretty much missed the entire of summer. However, it is now autumn or fall, depending on where you are in the world. It's autumn in Scotland though. I love this season. So technically it doesn't start until the 22nd of September, technically. However, this morning it was just, it was such an autumny morning. You could see all the leaves had been turning colour. It was like 9 degrees Celsius, so it's not cold, but it's like getting to the point of being cold. And it was like drizzly, but the sun came out like as I was driving, so you could see all like the golden leaves and everything. Oh, I love autumn so much. It actually went from me being like super down and depressed because I missed the entire summer to, oh wow, it's my favourite season. Because in autumn, this is relevant this year anyway, in autumn, even if I fall, hurt myself, or if I get a little bit sick or anything like that, it does not matter, because my favourite thing to do in the autumn is to stay indoors and be all cozy and, get my blanket on and just be cozy and warm and maybe watch films. Oh, I love watching films. I love watching like spooky films. I just love autumn. It's so much, it's so good. but if I did hurt myself again, it's not terrible because I'm going to be inside anyway. So, whereas in the summer, I had a lot of stuff planned, a lot of walks planned. I actually wanted to take you guys on like hill walks with me. Recording, not streaming, because that would be an absolute nightmare to try and do that in the Highlands. But I was wanting to take you guys on like big walks. I was wanting to get fit because, you know, going up these fucking mountains is hard, which would have been awesome for my fitness levels. But then I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk, and I couldn't like breathe properly for half the summer. So yeah, but we are into the autumn, and it is cozier season, so I'm quite happy with that. But August, apart from being off for the 2 weeks, so I was off for 2 weeks. Just on holiday. I did a bunch of streams. I really enjoyed having that time to stream, because even though I was like physically injured, I was fine like mentally and physically. Like when I was really sick, I struggled with staying awake and things like that because I was so sick. Whereas with the ankle injury, the only thing that was wrong was that my painkillers were really strong. So yeah, I did a lot of streaming for those 2 weeks. It was awesome. I streamed on my birthday as well, which unfortunately was plagued with issues. The entire stream, like I was playing Final Fantasy X and that went wrong, and then I was playing Fear and Hunger and it kept on like freezing my PC, and then I found out it was actually because the camera that I'm using was using up like 70% of my CPU. Like what the fuck? But I was streaming in 1080 with this camera and it just ate everything up. So I can't stream in 1080. I'll be continuing to stream in 720. But yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. So yeah, we've got I think mostly in August I have done a lot of stuff to do with Darkest Dungeon. I am still obsessed. I am pretty sure my last vlog was literally I'm obsessed with this game or something like that. I'm still obsessed. I still love it very much, and I'm actually drawing the Gravedigger, who's my favourite character. So in my run, she's called Sir Devil. If you haven't been following along, I mean, I will be turning my my playthrough into like uploads. So if you don't want spoilers, skip forward. But not much of a spoiler. I destroyed my entire like good team, like my really high level team. I checked them on their like, because when you get to, I think it's level 0, 1, 2 and 3 you can take on. No, 0, 1 and 2 you can take on the low level missions. Anyway, when they get to level 5, they can only go on champion missions and above. And I had got like these guys to level 5, and they were just sitting there kind of useless. I was like, well, I might as well take them on like my first like champion mission. Bad idea. Well, do you know, it wasn't a bad idea. It was just, I got in and I went into the first corridor, and it was the first battle. Like when you're walking along the corridor, it was like here in the corridor. It was like, it was so close to the start. It was not even funny how close it was. I came across the Collector. Now the Collector is an optional boss, and he's not that hard. So I'm playing on just like normal mode, and in the level like 0 and level 2 missions and things, he's not that hard. Like he's toughish, but he's not like he's a boss. But when I went into the champion like mission and I bumped into him, I was like, oh, of course I bump into a fucking like optional boss when all I want to do is this. It was like a short explore room quest, which should have been easy. It wasn't. So yeah, that sucked, and I destroyed everybody apart from Sir Devil. So my drawing of Sir Devil is just her chilling by their graves, and it looks awesome. Like, I think every artist has this like obsession with some drawings. Like, I'll do a drawing. Like, for example, I started a drawing of 2 characters from Gingerbexxi Fantasy and Ashes. I started the drawing when I was really into the show. And then I finished the show and I had done the line art for it. I'd started to colour it, and then I realised it was shit, like the drawing, and then I started again, and then I just hated everything about it. I've restarted that drawing I don't know how many times, because I wanted to draw it so bad back then, but I've just fallen, I just don't want to do it now. I started a drawing of Gino from Soul Leveling as well, and I got it to a certain point and I was like, not really all that bothered about doing it anymore. So there's drawings like that, and then there's drawings like Sir Devil that I'm just like, I'm drawing it and I want to draw it more and I want to draw it more. The reason my tablet is sitting here is because I'm streaming in about 20 minutes and I can't wait to draw her again, like more. So yeah, there's just some drawings. I'm also actually experimenting a little bit with how I'm drawing Sir Devil. So what, like, I have stages of drawings. So like my first, like by the time I get it to like the line art on screen anyway, there's like 3 or 4 stages before that. So I get the line art anyway, and then I fill in like all the, like I block in the colour in different layers, and then I go in and like I tidy up like the like outline of the blocked colours, and then I go in and what I'll do is I'll start in the face and I'll like shade the face a bunch until I'm at a point where I'm like, right, it looks weird with everything else around it not being like shaded, so I'm going to go and do other parts of it, and then I'll pick like, oh, I'm going to do the arm, or I'm going to do, you know, I'll pick a layer and I'll just like work on that layer for so long, and then you zoom out and it's like the face is totally done, the arm is totally done, this bit of the hair is totally done, this bit of the hair is kind of half done, and like all of it down here, you know, all that is like flat colour because you've not done any of it. So it's like, God. So what I tried to do with Sir Devil instead is once I got her to the stage where she was like, the flat colour was in and it was all like, nicely, you know, tidied up around the edges and things. I then went in and I did through the whole drawing base shading, like it literally just making it look a little bit more 3D and nothing else. Not 3D, you know what I mean. So I did that with the entire drawing so that at least there was like a level 1 shading. And then I went in and I started to do, you know, I've done the face, I've done the eyes, I've done, you know, and I just worked my way from there. And it's looking so much better to like imagine how the drawing's going to come out at the end, because I normally get to a stage where I'm just like, how is this drawing going to work? Like, it looks like shit just now because I've got like half a drawing kind of done and the other half is like not even started. And at that point, that's generally the point that I abandon a drawing and don't go back to it, because I've worked so much on like one bit of the drawing that the rest of it just doesn't, it looks like it's never going to be done because it took me so long to do the rest of it. So that's what I tried to do and it's working. I don't know if it's because I am still so into Darkest Dungeon. That's what I've tried anyway. And I think I'm going to try it with other drawings as well, because I have a few more line art drawings that I've got sitting there. I also started one of Mina from Kaiju number 8, which by the way, that show is fucking brilliant. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. I'm like, oh, did I make a whole video on this? I think I'm going to make a whole video on just Kaiju number 8. Or maybe just like anime that I've watched this year, because there's been a few that I've watched that are kind of older anime that might not deserve their own like video because they're quite old. I don't know. But yeah, brilliant show, watch it if you've not watched it yet. Mina is one of the main characters, kinda. Yeah. And I'm drawing her. So I want to continue with her as well, because I'm still quite, like, Kaiju number 8 is still like fresh in my head. And I've also got Rem. I want to start a different Rem though. I wasn't too happy with how I've done her. So I started drawing her when I started watching ReZero. I got like a few episodes in, I was like, I love her so much. And then I've watched more of it and I'm like, I don't think that the drawing that I've done really suits her. Like her actual personality. So I want to change the pose that she's doing, because right now she's like standing there, she's got the what's it called? The spiky ball thing. Can't remember what it's called. Her weapon anyway. She's got Morningstar? Is it the Morningstar? I think it's a Morningstar. She's got that, and she's like standing, she's like ready to fight, but I don't know, I just don't, I kind of want her to be like cute. So yeah, I want to change that one. But anyway, so that's how my drawings have been. I'm quite glad that I'm back into drawing again, because in June when I got sick, I didn't fall out of love with drawing, but because I was so sick I found it really hard to sit down and concentrate so long on drawing. Like, streaming like games and things is super easy because the game is also providing like entertainment. So it's not that you can be less entertaining, but it's easier to be entertaining because you've got something that's you're bouncing off of. when you've got a drawing and it's just you sitting there drawing, there's not a lot to like bounce off of. Like you can make jokes about Darkest Dungeon, like, oh fuck's sake, when I lost Sir Devil and things. Well, that party. You know, you can make a joke out of that, or you can make like a thing. Whereas when you're just drawing, you can't really narrate a drawing. So I mean, like in June, I did a stream that was just learning how to animate, and that was a pretty good one for how my brain was at the time. But I did kind of fall out of drawing because I was too tired and too sick to. And then I was so far behind on drawings that I actually had to like miss my speed drawing week and delay it for an entire week because I was so far behind on drawing. So I'm really happy that I'm getting back into it again. Streaming really helps my motivation to draw, it really does. And I love streaming, I really do. It's just so fun. It's great chatting to people, and it really does motivate me so much to actually do drawings. But yeah, I'm hoping that maybe September's going to be a bit more exciting. This week's been so much better, especially since the fact that it feels like autumn now. But also I have a nice convention coming up this Sunday, which I'm very excited about. So I'll probably speak more about that in my next vlog. But yeah, I've got a few things coming up in September. But I probably should head off. This is a shorter one, mostly because I haven't had time to actually record anything. As I said, I had recorded something and then the audio was terrible, so shite. But anyway, I didn't have time to re-record something for last week, so now I'm recording it the first day that I can, which is on Wednesday. So my entire day tomorrow is going to be editing so that this comes out on time. Yay! Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe below, hit like and stuff, because all interactions in the video really help. I post every Friday. Then I've got anime chats, I've got speed drawings, I do some learning of my drawing journey. It's still kind of at the beginning. No, it's not. Yeah, kind of. So I do some like art learning things. I do games and stuff. So yeah, subscribe below, and you can come say hi, because I love it when people come and say hi on my YouTube. I also stream every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm actually thinking about moving my Wednesday streams from 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. because it's just the rush to get in and get ready for 6:30 is a nightmare. Right now, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays and 7 p.m. on Saturdays. Come hang out, and because I just love speaking to people. So if you want to come say hi, please do. I'll be live every Wednesday and Saturday, and I'm throwing in a lot of Friday streams as well. I don't really do all that much with my time, so generally if I'm free on a Friday, I'll go live. Play more games, usually Darkest Dungeon. But yeah, come hang out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys, whether it's in my next video here or if it's on my streams, I will see you guys then. Bye!